Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is for entertainment purpose only. This is the case of the Idaho quadruple murders that took place on the 22nd of November, 2022. I'd like to start by thanking all my subscribers, viewers, for your support and for the beautiful comments, interesting comments you leave in the channel. I really appreciate the fact that you're so respectful, mindful, and that is important. Bethany Funk is a very important witness in the Idaho murder case. Ann Taylor, that's Brian Christopher Koberger's lawyer, believes that Bethany Funk, BF, has exculpatory information in this case. I don't know what is the reason they believe that, but I wanted to discuss a bit about this surviving roommate. A week ago, we had a YouTube creator, What Obsession, I believe is the channel's name, who has come with information from the SC, Sigma Chi fraternity boys. She said that she's been in contact with some of them from the Idaho College, Idaho Moscow College, and she believes they're lovely people. She's been talking about them for a couple of weeks now. So now she's come with information from them saying clearly that they told her, because let's not forget, this is a he and she say. We haven't been there to witness what the discussion between them are. She clearly said that she has contact with them. She has spoken to them through Skype, through the phones. Yeah, they may email each other, send each other information. So since What's Obsession brought this up, I'm addressing this personally to her. We are dealing with 4 beautiful, young, intelligent victims who lost their life in a horrific manner. Their parents are entitled to the justice, to the correct justice, whether it leads to Brian Christopher Koberger, or whether it leads to the Sigma Chi boys, allegedly, or whether it leads to the Grub Truck Church video, allegedly, or the Corner Club, allegedly, or the college itself, allegedly. I'm saying allegedly 10 times so that I do not get accused of pointing or blaming fingers at anyone. I'm not here to blame people. I'm here to find out the truth. I'm here to get justice for all these 4 victims and to find the correct person who did this. I don't want an innocent man to be on death penalty and lose his life if he has nothing to do with this. But if Brian Koberger has something to do with it, he deserves what's coming to him. Because these 4 victims were defenseless. I personally believe a plot has happened on them, right from the Corner Club to the Grub Truck Twitch video, right up to they came home, allegedly. We don't know what the 2 roommates saw. We've heard what Dylan Mortensen DM saw or heard through the affidavit. We don't know what Bethany Funk saw. We don't even know if Bethany was at home when the murders happened. But let's not forget, let's be very mindful that BF his statements is in a gag order. For Walt's obsession to be coming and telling us what the Sigma Chi boys said, which I believe all of those Sigma Chi boys and the other fraternities need to be investigated properly. Because there's many things on the Banfield video, Banfield as the undercover cop minor alcohol video, I personally believe that should be investigated from A to Z to Z. They shouldn't pick and choose what they're going to investigate about the Sigma Chi boys. What we see with our own eyes and hear with our own ears is not speculation. That is the facts. Those boys didn't even know where they were coming from. They were asked, they took time, they hesitated, and they weren't dressed for the weather. That is all right, that's not a crime, but it obviously brings questions. It's very questionable. One of the boys had on a very, very short, small shirt, the one with the black and white check shirt. His pants looked like a female pant, allegedly. He had on Van shoes. Van shoes has been mentioned in the affidavit. The Latin shoe print that was found in the house happens to be a Van. And the boy is wearing Van shoes. I'm not accusing him of anything, but I want to know where they came from. Where did those 4 boys come from? What was Saeed watching on his phone? Pay attention to what he was watching, and then you will understand me properly. There's a reason that I started for the last few months. I notice other creators are picking up on it, and which is good, in fact. The Banfield alcohol stop video needs to be investigated properly. Why is the one in the middle wearing glasses, sunglasses at night? Is he hiding? Sorry guys, is he hiding his eyes? Possibly. Did he have injuries on his eyes? Allegedly. Anything is possible. So there's a difference between questioning, asking, which we are entitled to, and when we speculate, we say this is speculation. But when a YouTube creator goes to the stage of bringing BF statements from the Sigma Chi boys and spreading it on the YouTube streets, that is literally illegal, concerning, dangerous, and as a mental health counselor, I am worried for BF. BF is an important witness in BK's case. She's an important witness for the 4 victims. So what obsession, you should understand that a gag order means a gag order. Bethany Funk's file is sealed for a reason. Bethany Funk refused to come to Idaho for the hearing. She agreed later on through her attorney, and they did her statements in Rio, Nevada. That could be possibly because she's concerned and scared for her life. There has to be a good reason for you to be bringing out statements, obsession, saying that BF saw a man in black clothing from a window, and he passed her window and went towards Queens Road. That jeopardizes the case, because that could be true or that could be false. But you always have to check where you get your sources from. What obsession, if you trust the Sigma Chi boys, that is up to you. But do not come and spread the Sigma Chi boys' lies on YouTube. This is lies because the Sigma Chi boys have never been truthful. We have seen they've never been truthful. The reason I say that is look at the body cams with the police coming and knocking at this door. We saw Hunter Johnson in 2 or 3 of the body cams. Does he live there is the question. What is he always doing there? Is he the doorkeeper? We never know, and now I'm speculating. Maybe BF saw one of the Sigma Chi boys. That's the reason they're changing the story and making it look like a black man in mask and such things. A man in black clothing and a mask. The DM story. The DM alibi and BF's alibi allegedly could have been made up by the Sigma Chi boys. I will tell you why, to back it up. Wasn't it the Sigma Chi boys that DM and BF called? One of them called them when they found one of the roommates unconscious. Hunter Johnson came over and he kicked down the door, or he peeped through the door and he saw someone unconscious, and then they called 911. Do you all remember that story? Who made that story? We don't know, because we weren't there. Neither was what obsession. You weren't there. This is a serious, sensitive case we're dealing with. 4 students lost their lives in a horrific manner. Their family need justice. They need justice. They're entitled to their justice. And BF is entitled to her safety. She shouldn't be mentioned on social media, to be honest. I'll tell you why. DM is a witness and a surviving roommate. A witness is when somebody sees something or hears something. That was definitely DM, who said that she saw a man with bushy eyebrows, a mask, dressed in black clothing. He told Zana or someone in the room, "I'm here to help you." And he walked past her, and apparently he didn't see her. There was something of that sort, DM said. BF, on the other hand, has not said anything. She's given a statement in Rio, Nevada. And now when I'm talking about BF and her safety, I'm talking not only as a parent, I'm talking as a mental health counselor. This is going to put this young woman's life in danger, whether she's back in Idaho or not. We don't even know if Brian Koberger committed the quadruple murders until we see all the evidence. Most of us actually believe that Brian could have committed it, but he had help. And that is very possible. So imagine if Brian had help to do it, or if he didn't do it, that means the real killers are outside. So how dare do you put this young woman's life into danger? She's already lost 4 of her friends. Bethany Funk is a very important witness. I'll tell you why. Bethany Funk was in the party in Sigma Chi with Xana, may she rest in peace, and Ethan. So whatever Bethany saw, let Ann Taylor deal with it. Because water obsession, you are spoiling it for Ann Taylor and for BK and for this whole case. We would love to hear what Bethany saw and has said, but we are patient enough to wait for it from the trial. We don't have to haste things for us to get attention, views, or subscribers. Absolutely not. This ain't about us creators. This ain't about social media. This is someone's life. BF could have been my daughter. What she saw, she must have told her attorney. Which she definitely did. She may have to go to trial and face Brian Koberger. We don't know if she saw. We still don't know what she saw. She could have seen people running. She could have seen figures running. Because didn't we see figures running on the Banfield clip? Didn't we? She could have seen them. She could have seen the boys in the undercover police stop. She could have actually seen Hunter Johnson and the Sigma Chi boys, allegedly. Haven't you all noticed when somebody wants to change a story, they always contact a YouTube creator, or the YouTube creator contacts them. They become friends somehow, in some way, and then all of a sudden, timelines and stories and things are changed to the YouTube creator. They give them the information or misinformation, just like the Summer Wells' case, just like Nicola Bully's case, without mentioning which YouTube creators are doing that, and that should be illegal. The FBI should investigate that. We are not supposed to be contacting the surviving roommates. If you'll have noticed, I talk a lot about what I see, things I observe, things that are not right, things that don't make sense. Like the Banfield stop, like the grub truck. But you hardly hear me talking about DM. You hardly hear me talking about BF. Because I have to be mindful. They are alive. They're still alive. May God bless and rest their souls and give justice of the 4 that are no longer here with us. 4 victims have gone too soon. And I really mean it from my heart. I don't want anything to happen to Bethany Funk. I don't want anything to happen to Dylan Mortensen. If they give false statements, the Federal Bureau of Investigation will arrest them. This will be a federal crime for any witness to give false statements. But right now, water obsession, you are putting this young woman's life in danger. So stop spreading nonsense. I call it nonsense that came from the Sigma Chi boys and the people you know. You're not supposed to be even talking to the students. Where's the boundaries? You're adult women. These are kids. We're not supposed to be calling them. I can understand when people take interviews of Inan Harsh, that is acceptable. He's an adult. He's a neighbor. I know BF is an adult, but she's a young adult. When her name gets spread in social media, how is she going to go on with her life? She's going to be always watching her back. She may end up getting PTSD from it. We don't know what she's seen, so let the girl be. I even don't discuss about what BF could have seen. She could have seen a lot. She could have seen people running. She could have heard many people running up and down, and she thought it was a party, allegedly, and then she understood that it was more sinister. So she must have just locked her room. We don't know. She must have blocked something with the door. She must have been praying, or she must have been crying, or she must have even ran out of the house because the door was open. But that is up to Ann Taylor and the prosecution and the FBI to deal with the statements. Let's not do this to the surviving roommates. There's a reason they're called surviving roommates. We don't want anything to happen to them. Especially I don't want anything to happen to them. This ain't about views or subscribers. This is about people's life. Another thing, you should be mindful. Because if you did not know, 6 months ago, Bethany Funk and DM's attorney said that they're going to start suing people for slander, for harassment, and for such things. Let this young woman live. I'm sure she's traumatized, believe me, guys. When you look at all the pictures of the 4 victims, you see BF's picture with Maddie a lot. You see BF's picture with Xana a lot. May the rest in peace. You see a lot of her pictures with Kaylee, but especially Xana and Maddie. So I believe she's lost important people in her life. She's still young. She doesn't deserve that. That is for Ann Taylor and the prosecution. And the judge and the laws of Idaho, Moscow. That has nothing to do with us. And the Sigma Chi boys should stop intervening and man up and go to the police and tell them what they saw, allegedly. Because they were the ones roaming around the whole night. And I say that because the Sigma Chi boys have no right telling us what BF saw. I would love to hear that from BF's mouth, or from the prosecution, or from the attorneys. I don't want to hear a YouTube creator spreading misinformation from the Sigma Chi boys on social media. That is dangerous. We need to be mindful. We need to have boundaries. We need to remember this young woman could end up with serious PTSD and anxiety and all, which I'm sure she's going through now. We don't know if she and DM are under therapy regularly, which I believe they will be, which I believe they should be after what they witnessed. We are trying to find the truth, and I know DM and BF are important witnesses in this case, but we shouldn't be getting misinformation from the Sigma Chi boys. They're going to tell us what they want us to hear, because obviously they were the first people on the scene after the 911 call. I just had to make this clip because it's been upsetting me for a couple of days. Every channel I stream across is talking about this poor girl. And I just sit here and I think to myself, as a counselor, as a cognitive behavior therapist, what is going on? This girl could actually get hurt badly. She could be under harassment. She could be under threats by the other college students. We don't know what she said to the police. We don't know who told her to say what. But we can obviously put 2 and 2 together. The 911 call, before it was made, Hunter Johnson, Eaton, his brother, and a couple of other people from the Sigma Chi was there. Question is, was BF at home at all? How could Watts say that she saw this and that from the window? Tell me when Bethany Funk talks to you, or when Bethany Funk comes on one YouTube creator or on the news and she says, I saw this and that. She's not allowed to talk about it. Her file is sealed. But Watt is here spreading misinformation about her. And nobody else is bold enough to tell her the truth. People are actually analyzing what Watt said. I ain't analyzing it. I'm debunking it for the sake of Bethany Funk. Look at this picture, guys. Do not forget, this picture is important because that was the last day the girls were alive. That smile, what I see with BF, is genuine. Like I told you, she's always take pictures a lot with Maddie and Xana. Look, she's standing next to Xana and Eaton. That smile is genuine. I personally believe that. I'm not going to say anything about the other surviving roommate because she's a witness. She is actually a witness. She saw a masked man. A man with a mask and bushy eyebrows. Even DM, we can analyze her affidavit, but we have no right to speak for her. We have no right to speak for Bethany Funk. Because this is wrong. And when something is wrong, it should be corrected. We should be bold enough and to own up our own mistakes. These are young adults we're dealing with. This is really terrible. And I'm sure if the victims were alive, I'm sure they would have said, leave BF alone. Leave her alone. She has nothing to do with this. DM possibly had nothing to do with it either. But I don't know what to think about DM because I have questions. But I'm mindful with my questions and I'll wait for the trial to start because I'd love to see what BF and DM saw. But for now, we need to let these girls be. Especially BF. The reason I say it is because her file is sealed. And now we have people on YouTube spreading the misinformation that came from What Obsession, and What Obsession got it from Sigma Chi's. What is saying that, oh, Sigma Chi's and the people I contact are really so sweet and they have no reason to lie and such things. How would you know? You don't know them from Adam. I don't know them from Adam. Nobody knows them. If they're lying to the police all the time I see the body cams, why would I believe them? That's serious and that's illegal to lie to the police and to the law. Let the courts deal with them. Rest in peace, Xana. Rest in peace, Maddie. Rest in peace, Kaylee. Rest in peace, Eaton. Rest in peace to all 4 victims. May justice be served. Condolence to the families. BF, if you ever come across my clip, you don't need to say anything. You are right, because we don't know what you witnessed, and that is between you and the courts. But do what is right and tell the truth. Tell the truth so that your friends can rest in peace and justice could be served.